Hi guys. Okay, so I got this far. Um, I'm only gonna play a little bit, maybe about 20 minutes worth, because I want to go through some other parts of it. But this is her baby thieves video on the 9th, I think. I'm not even sure. I don't know if there's a date on here. I don't remember. She's got some. They're all mixed up. So anyway, I want to talk about a few things that she has on here and see what her nonsense is today.
Okay. I'm trying. I know the lighting is really bad because I'm directly at the sun at this point. I wish people... Okay, today is August 9th, 2022. I wish people would understand how sick they are mentally to want to raise someone else's child, rip it away.
Okay. Somebody else should raise this child, and it's ridiculous for you to be upset about that. I don't see how that's a terrible thing at all. You surely can't do it. You might think you can, but you can't. The way you've talked about this child the whole time it's been in your stomach is scary. And one time when you flip out, if you don't have your weed or whatever, you're going to harm that child. You're going to leave it in danger. So, the fact that you sometimes say you don't want it, you call it an it, you call it a demon child, you call it a piece of shit. You have, I can't think of the word I want to say, but you should never be allowed to even touch this child. You should be happy that somebody wants to adopt the child instead of putting it in the foster care system. And you're acting like it's a terrible thing that somebody wants to adopt this child. What the fuck's wrong with you?
You know?
Yeah,
Hello,
what?
everybody. I hope everybody's doing well. I know that the lighting is really bad, so I'm sorry about that. It's just how it is right now. I guess I could try to put this visor up and see if that would help at all. Although I'm not really too concerned about what you people see. It's mostly about what I see and how horrified I am at the way I look already. So, anyway, I share my story because as it is, I don't try to alter anything at all. I just, share it from
Right.
what I perceive, what it seems like to me,
Exactly.
the way people are, the way people like to harass you, the way people, think that they know better.
They do know better. That's the whole thing. You're doing this because you think everybody's against you. You think you know what's right. You think you know what you're doing, and everybody else is wrong. It's all about what you think.
Okay. All right. Hopefully that'll help. Okay. Now you can probably see me a little bit better.
It's too bad.
All right. Hello, everybody. Let me check this. I put the camera. Sorry, there's my thumb. There's my thumb. Let's see here. I do feel slightly better. Let's see.
Oh my God, it's so irritating.
If only someone could save me. The only person that can save me. Thank you for that donation. Leticia's #1 simp. You're funny. You're funny. Let's see here. Yeah, somebody said, I know your brother is the monster you say he is. Well, his nickname is Monster, and I didn't want to believe it. So I feel like I'm in the nesting stage, but I'm living in my car. There's no way I could nest at this time. Yes. Thank you for donating to me. Although this money still is accumulated for the following month. I won't get it at all until, I don't know, sometime in, this is August already? Oh my God, I'm going to give birth in like 3 weeks, you guys. I'm going to give birth.
Scary.
That's gross. I'm going to film it. I am. I'm totally going to film it. Why not? I don't see the problem in just sharing every moment of my life anymore because I had so many people. My mother never apologizes, truly, unless she's drunk, and then she retracts it later on, and I don't want to deal with it anymore. It's too much. It's too much drama. Happy birthday to whomever gets their birthday soon. My birthday was a couple weeks ago. I didn't have much going on. I never do.
Too bad.
Don't give her money. Why would you not want to give me money? Birth is scary. I don't want to give birth. I haven't been having sex. Why would I want to give birth? Why would I want something to come out of it when nothing's been going in it? Like, gross. Gross. I haven't brushed my teeth in a couple of days. I'm very sad lately. I'm very sad because I've been smoking weed. I can't help it. I'm so overly stressed about people in my life and lack thereof, people, support systems. That's why I decided to share what my mother and I talk about because I can't talk to her. So I feel like, and I don't care if people see me as a professional victim. I'm literally disabled. Like, go ahead and talk shit about somebody that's got disorders. Please do, because then that makes you even more incompetent and more sort of just insane than someone that is already suffering through plenty of PTSD already. So, like I was saying about the baby thieves on here, that's the reason. And you know,
find a better way to
I'm
do
really
that.
not sure
That's so fucking irritating.
why I decided to keep this baby. I don't know why. I think that it was just sort of fear that I know I don't want that hanging over my head if it comes to that point where it's like I thought this was a miracle. I thought, oh my God, there's no way I could have had sex with some random person and then there was a baby that came from it. What are the odds? What are the odds? You know? Why would the baby change my life for the better when I have nothing for him? You know? I don't expect anything to get anything out of this. Not at all. But when I was seeking the assistance and it just wasn't showing up in a timely manner or even the amount of effort I was placing in, which was a lot of phone calls, it was a lot of work, and it just nothing panned out. Let's see. I'm going to try to read some of this. My email is somewhere out there, and people know it. People that like to harass me.
Okay, she just said her email is out there. This lady on her chat has been saying she'll help her in any way she can. She wants her email address, but does she give it to her? No, she just says it's out there somewhere. People that like to harass me have it. Give it to her. She's asking. She says about 3 or 4 times, I will help you any way I can. But does she answer it? No, she doesn't give her the email address. She avoids it. She just rather sit on here and complain that she has nothing. And just like when the hospital gave her a list of places to get help or find shelter, did she do anything about it? No. She said that's your job. No, you take that list. If you're that desperate and you're in that much discomfort and you're that scared, you don't sit outside of the hospital or wherever you were and sell your body for some weed. You start calling those places and you tell them your story and you say, I need some help. I'm pregnant. I have nowhere to go. You keep calling and calling. You don't sit there and complain that somebody else should do your work. Fuck you.
Know it. Why am I in Missouri? I'm not in Missouri. Not right now.
Not right now,
but
right now. But you were.
I was. I'm not going to lie. I was. So, the baby's name? I don't know what the baby's name is. I really could care less. I don't really anticipate keeping the baby at all. So
let
but
somebody
the fact
adopt
of it is that people are so sick, they think that they can ask and request for the baby, to adopt the baby. And I say to you, you have more mental issues than I do. Because if you think that raising someone else's child that has not done anything wrong, I lost my belongings because I tried to contact my ex-husband to see my daughter. And they said that that was harassing his communications, and they stole my house because of it, because they put me in jail. I didn't get paid my Social Security. When I did get paid it, for some reason there was just no money left over. My mother said she had to pay all these bills, and I was like, what are you talking about? Everything was paid up.
And what does that have to do with this baby now?
I didn't have bills. So it was confusing as to where my money had actually gone. And then when I got out, I had nothing to stand on. There was actually absolutely nothing. She'd given away everything of value. She'd given away my pets, everything like that. So I realized that I had to be okay with nothing. I had to be okay for some time by myself. But when this happened and I was forced into acknowledging that there's a life inside of me, there's something moving, there's something that's going to breathe in a few weeks if he stays in there long enough. He's going to be a live thing, you know. And it horrifies me. It horrifies me that my body's going through this. It horrifies me that I'm having children, especially outside of wedlock like this. I'm horrified. My whole life, I had always thought, you know, I'm going to be damned if that happens to me because I'm not my sister. You know, she has 9 kids by like 5 different dads. So, I don't know. It's always petrified me. I didn't want to deal with this. I haven't been able to pay my bills. I haven't been able to do anything. I spent all my effort just trying to maintain this baby and trying to support this baby with whatever medical needs and whatever, you know, all the time and effort I put into driving to look for some place, and there was nothing. Absolutely nothing. So I'm so disheartened. I truly am. My plan is to just drive around and waste my money until I have no money and then have to sell my body. That's my plan. I have no plan. I'm extremely tired. I'm extremely tired. I have a baby inside of me and it's big. It's a big baby. At least I think it is, because it seems like all this pressure and everything, I don't know. I feel terrible. All of it. I have to pee constantly. There's not going to be a repo guy looking for me wherever I'm at. They don't have a ping on my phone. Only the feds do and the authorities. So the fact that, you know, if they want to issue that to the repo people and then they come and take my car, then that's on them.
You don't think that a repo person can find you? I had a car that I got in one city and state, and they found me like 4 states over and took my car. They can find you, dumbass.
But why are you fucking like that? Like, why are you the devil like that? That's hilarious. And I just laugh about it because I know I've got to deal with it. It's just, I usually have a good sense of humor because I know bullies are going to be bullies. And, you know, you can't really change their mindset. So I try to, even with my brother, just be passive and understanding as best I could. You know, he's suffering through PTSD. That's why he chooses to bully. And that's why he chooses to act out in that way. because he didn't have therapy. And I don't know, I guess a lot of the people in these authoritative positions don't have therapy or access to therapy. You'd think their insurance would be good. I love you too. I love you. I wish I could keep my baby. I really do.
Oh, God,
in that way of like
until you get
having a family
agitated
for
someday.
one. But then I don't have my daughter. So then I'm like, what? No, this makes no sense. You can't just replace a baby with another baby. It makes no goddamn sense.
Because you lost your daughter, you can't keep another child. I mean, please don't. But I mean, if you were on medications and acting normally, there would be absolutely nothing wrong with keeping a child that you can't. Don't listen to me. Don't ever do it. But I'm just saying, there's nothing wrong with that. You just can't handle having a child, obviously.
So then when I was telling you guys about the people wanting to steal and rob my baby,
No, they
I
don't
mean, I
want to
think I
steal.
discussed it enough there in the description. It doesn't make any sense. If you're not there for the mother whatsoever, then you have no right to the child at all. Because the mother had to put all her efforts toward rearing and caring for that child in her womb. And you're going to say who has the right to that child? You're going to say who has the right to that womb? When a lot of the times, like in my circumstance, I was not looking for it. This was completely unsolicited. So I wasn't dressed provocatively. I wasn't doing anything crazy. I wasn't trying to flirt with that, especially him, the father of the child. Especially him. And I don't like to be rude like that.
Okay. She said she wasn't flirting or doing anything. She got to a stranger's house and spooned with him. Asked him, "Do you want a spoon?" Okay, that's kind of like flirting.
But after he ghosted me, I don't care how fucking rude I am. I really don't. You don't do that to Leticia. She will run her fucking mouth until you want to stab her to death. I love you. I wish I could talk to people. Thank you. There's some people that I really acknowledge that a lot of times too, that my voice is kind of soothing depending on what I'm talking about and discussing.
What?
And I would like to make videos that are beneficial for other people, helpful to them in how to cope with some of this trauma, cope with some of these underlying issues, jealousies from other people generally. I really don't agree with even the fact that I was smoking weed during the pregnancy. I feel like that was an invasion of my baby's personal space and growth and health. I get that, but I had to also take care of myself during this time, which was rough. Because if I would have had a safe place like I had with my daughter, I stopped immediately. At approximately 8 to 12 weeks, I'd stopped smoking marijuana, and that was before it was legal for me. So I just feel like there's so much effort that I placed into my first child that I don't know what to do with this child. Everyone keeps trying to say that I was a terrible mother. No, I put breast milk in my baby's first birthday cake. I tried and I attempted to keep her as wholesome and as sort of untainted as possible and to teach her well. And I'm very disheartened that everybody keeps trying to ask me to adopt my child, especially greedy people, people that already have children, people that already have, just because they have access to funds, just because they have money to maintain another child, that doesn't mean not at all that they should have any more, because you're not tending to each one of those children on an individual basis. If you have 2 or more children, you're not placing enough time and effort into those children that they need in order to expand and succeed and become as developed intellectually and physically and everything overall. You're not. And I know that because I was raised in a 5-child household where...
Do not give out parenting advice, okay? Do not do that. What the fuck is going on out there? I got someone's dying out there. Um, hold on. I'm sorry, we got new neighbors and all kinds of shit's going on. Anyway, my daughter works 40 hours. She comes home, she makes dinner, and spends so much time with the kids, teaching them, playing with them. And on the weekend, she takes them places, educational places, and then places for fun. Those kids are smart. They're very well mannered. So don't fucking give advice about kids, how to raise kids and say shit like that. You don't know shit.
I was the middle child, and my parents didn't place any effort toward us individually, really. There
That's
was
your
a few times,
parents.
yes, when I was getting older, my sister's clothing didn't fit me. It was way too large. So I would get my own clothing, and a lot of times I would get like clearance things. And so I understand that everyone thought because I was special in that way to get my own, my own new materials, my own new clothes, my own toys, because my sister's toys didn't really match up with what my interests were, and my art supplies that they got me. So that's where they say, we're the ones, and they always hold it over my head, we're the ones that financed you through all of that. Well, I didn't want to do that to my children. It was always quality over quantity for me, as opposed to all this quantity over quality. And I knew that because my sister with her 9 kids, my aunt who had 9 children, my grandmother who had 11 children, my other grandmother who had 5 children, and my mother has plenty of issues because she knew that she was raised too quickly, that she had to help with her sister, and she discusses that on a has discussed it a multitude of times. And so I don't understand where people are coming from at all, trying to disclose that I'm a terrible mother when they know for a fact I placed more effort into my child than most people. I breastfed for 13 months, and I would have continued for longer, but I was being told by my ex-husband's family that it was disgusting, that it was too much, and she was old enough, and if it would have been me and my choice, I would have gone longer, because I felt like the child needed that personal, connection. So it was everybody else's aggression toward me and jealousies and all of these underlying sort of personal opinions that they had toward mothering, and all they did was formula feed their children, and they're trying to give me advice. I'm sorry, but no. I went through, a couple months into it, I'd used my electric breast pump that they had given me from WIC, and it ripped the skin off of my fucking nipples, ripped it off the top layer of both boobs, and I had just nothing but raw nipples, and I still fed her through that, because I called and I was like, the skin is exposed. Is she going to still be able to feed? It was horribly painful. It was awful. I know I had an epidural the first time, so that doesn't make me necessarily as strong as some of these women who've done natural. But I want to try this baby naturally and to see if I can manage. But whether or not it's taken from me, that's up to the government. That's up to everyone else, because I placed the effort. I searched. I was trying to find a safe home. I thought if I just kept myself from having any more children, I'd never have this pain again. The pain, the loss, the trauma of having had, having love and having lost it in that way. So let me see about these messages too. I get so distracted trying to talk, and
You gotta learn
it's
how to do
overwhelming because
that
all I'm
without
doing is
sticking
sharing my
your
feelings and
thumb
emotions.
in front of the
it's
lens.
it's
Come
a
on.
lot. It's a lot for anyone to deal with, honestly. Usually it's way too much to read over here. You guys just go on your rants, don't you?
Look and see how many people are trying to help you. Why don't you look at that?
Let's see how crazy some of these people are.
Some guy wants to marry you.
I tried to avoid all additives, even like with this pregnancy, knowing that it might harm him. That's why when I took the ibuprofen, I was very distraught. I'm like, who in the fuck? Like, I've had enough. I've had enough. I knew better than to do that. Does everyone else know better than to keep continually harass me? No, apparently not. There's something very wrong with all of these circumstances, and I am very ashamed to be, categorized as a U.S. citizen at this point because I don't know what to say. I'm humiliated for everyone else. How dare you? How dare you rip away a child for 6 years from a mother that was wholesome and loving, and you didn't see it from her perspective because everyone else was saying, well, everyone else has an IQ of a fucking cucumber. So I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, and I'm trying. I'm trying so hard not to be condescending, but that's just how it is. I miss my daughter.
What the fuck is wrong with these new neighbors? You hit my window, there's going to be a problem here. Chewy, ignore him.
This was why I started all of this. I wanted to relay to her how things were going, where I was, why Mommy wasn't with her, and why all these things had happened. Why I allowed men to reign over me for a short amount of time. And no more of that. If you want to steal this baby, if you want to cause it a lifetime of trauma, then go for it. I tried to share a video about a boy who had been adopted. I'm sorry, I'm so out of breath. I know that it's coming. Soon enough.
Come on, finish your story. I gotta end
phone
this.
Calls. Quit distracting me. Quit. Can you just let me talk? Can you just let me talk? I like to see my eyes, and when it goes like that, I can't see my face, and that's where I like to talk because it's like talking to a window into my own soul in that manner, like to God. So that's why I look in the mirror. That's why I stare at myself in the camera, because I know that it's a reflection of God, and I'm being honest and genuine with myself. So that's why I stare at the screen in different ways. I still think it's forms of autism. Regardless, oh my God, sometimes the whole thing starts moving all crazy. It's horrifying. It's scary as hell. I've never had to go through something so fucking scary in my life like this, and then to be put in jail and everything. I did not assume that my children were going to cause me so much pain. I would have never fucking had them. I would have made sure to snip myself, I should have never procreated. I should have never, fornicated with these demons. And I know it was my sinfulness too, my lust for wanting to do it at some points. But did that cause these pregnancies? No, not the lustful parts of it. I had actually been on birth control during my first pregnancy on the pill, and I switched brands, and they did what is that? Jesus, I knew what it is. Where they snip a piece of the cervix. And they told me I would be fine. They said that as long as I was on my birth control and everything, that nothing would happen. I got pregnant 2 weeks after. That's exactly the time that I got pregnant, is because they snipped a piece of my fucking cervix. And it just lines up perfectly. I went to Hope fucking Arkansas. I thought it was a fucking a disgusting coincidence. I was like, okay, I'm going to go to Hope, Arkansas to get this done. And then all of a sudden I've got a baby, and like that after my abortion. So I thought, my rainbow baby, like maybe it is a miracle. I laugh. I haven't seen her in 6 years. How is that a miracle? How is that supposed to be some type of godly situation? I'm traumatized
Oh gosh.
completely. And then the fact that I was reaching out to all these individuals through the courts, and they were
Okay.
like, no.
Enough of her. I'm so tired. Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, this is kind of newish. She's not real on the government this time. She's all over the place in this, but I mean, the nerve of her to say she doesn't want her baby adopted out. And then also, now she's saying how she could be a good mother. Come on. Well, do you see how she gets? I mean, what's she going to do when she's at a week? Is she going to sit outside and hold her baby and yell out free pussy? Is that what she's going to do? What is she going to do? Is she going to leave her baby in the crib and run off with somebody? What is she going to do? I would never leave a baby with her. I don't see how. Okay, maybe at that time she was a good mother. Okay, I mean maybe the crib thing was just an accident. Uh, yeah, no, this woman cannot raise a child. Not, and then even if they put her on medication, that's going to take a long time to set in. I'm still trying to adjust to my medication, and it's been quite a while. So no, you cannot raise children. I do not believe you will be a good mother. Not now. Oh, I had to tell you this in one of her videos. One lady said, "You bring light and love to the world. Don't let them lie about it." Wrong. Where is the light and the love that she's bringing to the world? Please. So anyway, I don't know what's going on over here. They're upstairs neighbors. It's my peace and quiet is no longer. Um, I have no idea what's going on. It's scary. Um, yeah, I think that's where the mouse came from too. I'll have to tell you another time. My patio door's open and they're right down there talking. So anyway, guys, I'm going to end this. I'm going to continue on with the other half that I find, if I find something interesting. And I will see you later. Bye now.